Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with a full face of samples. Yay, I'm finally using some of these damn samples. Some things I have are minis, like, blush and stuff, but a lot of them are actually like my, samples. So I'm gonna pull you in up close. We're gonna start on my eyes, which it took me a while to realize that I even had a couple of sample eyeshadows, but we're gonna work with it. First we're gonna prime. I'm using my Too Faced mini of the Shadow Insurance. We're going to be using as a base, because I have to do both, the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. I'm just gonna apply that directly to the eye. Ooh, that is shimmer shimmer. If you want the full pigment, don't rub it in. Maybe if I apply it with my finger, it would be actually like, solid. Who knows? So for eyeshadows, it took me a while to realize this. At first I was like, I don't think I have any eyeshadows. I may just have to, do my eyeshadow off camera. But no, I actually have a couple from the Balm that are miniatures. So first we're going to start off one from the Nude Dude. This is the shade called Fit. I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of a similar color to the base. That was not actually planned. It gets a little bit pinker, but it's still really close. Next, for a crease shade, which is the one thing that I didn't have, we're actually going to go in with my bronzer. This is the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in Star Island. Also got this from Ipsy. A lot of these that are actually like minis are from Ipsy, I think, except for two. Oh, there's a I take that back. The eyeshadows and the bronzer are from Ipsy, so not as many as I was thinking. So as I'm sitting here realizing that I do not have a brow shade, like a brow bone shade. Kind of a outer third shade, I'm going in with the Meet Matrimony shade in Matte Kumar. And for my inner corner, I'm actually going to be using my highlight, which is the Becca in Moonstone, the Becca pressed version, just the powder. I got this in a little kit from, I want to say it was Ulta last year. I think they have it again this year. I know I've seen versions of it where they had like, what's that popular one called? I don't know. Now for an eyeliner, I was digging through my stuff, and at first I was like, do I even have a mini eyeliner? I think this is a mini. This is the Ciate London Wonderland Gel Kohl Eyeliner. One side comes with a brush because it's advertised as like a kohl smudgeable eyeliner, and this is the, pointed, not pointed, but, that end with product. This eyeliner is okay. It's not my favorite, but it works. That's why I kept it. It isn't the softest eyeliner out there, but maybe that's just because it has a point right now. And for mascara, I'm using a mini of the Tarte Light Camera Flashes mascara, which I've never used before. So here is what the brush looks like. I'm a little scared that this might be dried out, because the Tarte mascaras, if you don't use them, will dry out fairly quickly. And while this is certainly a dry formula, it is working, so we're just going with it. And I have nothing for brows, so we're just going to do some quick filling in with the bronzer. Done many a time before when I have done things like forgotten my brow products at home while traveling, so it's not a huge deal. It looks better on camera than it does on person, so it doesn't look like it's doing much of anything in person, honestly. This is a really light bronzer though. Like, it looks like it would be darker, but it's really not, and it's warm. So first is primer, and I have a sample of the Benefit Porefessional, which is fine. You can get just enough for like one use out of these. I hate the smell of this, by the way. It's just so perfumed. Like, it works. It works great on me. I just really hate the smell. Not only have I had a couple of minis of this before, I've actually bought a full size, and that was where it really occurred to me how much I hated the smell of it. Next is something I am not familiar with at all. This is the Sephora 10 Hour Wear Perfection Foundation. I'm using the shade Ivory, number 10, this one right here. And I hope that it is A, enough, and B, looks decent. Because I have no idea. I forgot to wet that, so I can't use it. So I hope it looks alright with a brush. It's a decent color match, I'll give it that. Doesn't seem to have much of a smell. I wouldn't say it's covering a ton though, like I could still see a lot of my redness popping through. I wish I had a mini concealer, but the only one I have is just for eyes, so it's just gonna have to do, guys. I had a couple other foundation samples, but this is the one that I grabbed, so it's just gonna have to work. What little more I could get out of the packet on my cheeks where that redness is bleeding through. Alright. Next is a sample of the YSL Touche Éclat Blur concealer. This is in 2. 1 is a better match for me, but 2 does fine. And like I said, I can only wear this under my eyes. I actually own a full size of this. It is my second one. I've gone through one before and I really like this concealer. I know it's not everybody's thing, and some people say that, you know, there are dupes at the drugstore, but I go through those dupes really fast. Like, there's one from Maybelline, there's one from, what's it called? Wet n Wild, but I go through those in like 2 months. Whereas the YSL one lasts me like 5, so like there's just a ton more product in it, or it feels like there is. Maybe because it's more expensive, I use it way more sparingly. I'm not actually sure. I still have plenty of that left that I will use over the coming days. Next is powder. I have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation powder. And nothing to apply it with, apparently. So I guess first I'm going to apply it under my eyes to set that concealer. Even though, you know, powder foundations aren't really known for their ability to set concealer without looking like crap. But we gotta roll with it. Now I'm using a blush brush to apply the rest of it all over my face, because I forgot to bring my kabuki brush over. Luckily though, I'm not spreading, you know, blush all over my face because it was a clean brush. Done the trick. I've used one of these samples before in a lighter color. This one is in 04 Aspen, which is my color in the liquid foundation, but it's fine. I don't know if I would necessarily purchase it, but it's fine. Alright, next, blush. This is my NARS Orgasm Blush that I won in a giveaway, actually. And this is the first time I've used it since I added it to my Project 20 pan. It's just such a basic ass blush. Like, there's a dupe for it everywhere. It's pretty, but like I said, there's just so many dupes for it. I know I have dupes for this in my collection. And mine actually looks a little bumpy, even though I haven't used it a whole lot, so I think it might just be the formula. But highlighter. Highlighter's next, like I said, Becca Moonstone. I'm just gonna apply this with my fingers, because I did not apparently bring a highlighter brush over here. I didn't bring all of my brushes, I just brought my little brush roll. And apparently I didn't realize how much of my face brushes were actually like on my makeup stand. And honestly, I don't get the hype of these highlighters. Like, yes, they're pretty, but so are a lot of highlighters. Okay, bronzer. I'm actually going to use it to contour with. That I will have to blend out with, I guess, my fingers, because usually I use my kabuki brush. Let's see if this will work. Not really. Come on. But usually I apply it with that contour brush and then I blend with a different brush, usually my kabuki brush that I use for my powder. Let's see if I can bronze this and not look terrible. I hope that looks okay. Honestly, it doesn't look like it's done much. I thought this was more pigmented than that. Anyways, lips. First, we have an Estee Lauder Infinite Possibilities New Pure Color Love in the shade Radical Chic. This is it right here. I'm apparently supposed to fold and press this to just slap it on my lips. You know, because that's a thing. Like crap. It's just the color, but this is like, this is not coming across as super duper pigmented to me. Really good though. Like, it smells, you know, chocolatey and cake battery. And finally, for a little bit of gloss, we're going with the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer in 001 Pink, which I am also going to have to apply with my freaking fingers. That is it. So yeah, I'm feeling the foundation, like it looks nice. I like the eyeshadow look. Let's show you right there, but yeah. I'm kind of annoyed with the bronzer because it just wasn't very pigmented, even though I've used it before and I liked it then. I don't know what happened. But this one went on patchy. This is the Bobbi Brown Longwear eyeshadow stick. That surprised me. So that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!